Hello and good morning. It's Friday, July 31st, 2020. I'm Michael Garza for Keller Williams Realty, and it's Inventory Friday. And what we'll do is we'll discuss the inventory that's new on the market and take a quick look at the market and see what it's doing. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so this week it looks like we're up in units that are available. New listings this week is 310. We're up from sub 300 last week. What this means for you if you're a buyer is that there's going to be more inventory to choose from, and you'll likely have a little bit less of a hard time against other buyers trying to buy something, which is great news for you. Interest rates are still low. Nothing's happened there recently, so if you're a buyer, you're in good shape to make your move. If you're a seller, there's more inventory online, which means that your game has to be stepped up a little bit. That house that you weren't going to paint the front of might be a good idea to paint. Make sure that the landscaping is in good shape as well in the front, because remember, and I say this all the time, people generally decide within the first 30 seconds of seeing your home, when they pull up to it, whether or not they're going to make an offer on that home. It's called curb appeal, and it's one of the biggest factors in people buying your house. So you need to pay attention to it. Now, agreed that there are times when it's not as important, it doesn't impact you as much, when there's much less inventory, but right now we're trending upwards. So if you're a seller, once again, pay attention to those things, get rid of the spider webs around the porch light, paint if it needs paint, repair dry rot and barge rafters and such things, give a good look at your house from the sidewalk. If you were somebody who was interested in buying, would you want to buy your house? That's probably my best advice for you at this point. Okay, something that's interesting this week is it looks like we have 270 price reductions. Now, that's not out of the new listings, of course, because obviously new listings are new. They just came on the market this week, so they're not going to do any price adjustments just yet. But of the standing inventory that's available and has been available for however long, there have been 270 price reductions. That's quite a bit. That's something that we haven't seen in quite some time. Now, just so you understand, for the purposes of this discussion, we're going to be referring just to the East Bay, portions of the North Bay, portions of the Southeast Bay, and that's it. We're not talking about the Peninsula or San Francisco or Marin, anywhere in that area. That's a little bit above my pay grade and beyond my purview. So at any rate, it looks like what we're averaging is about a 2.5% drop in price. For example, there's a condo that's available for sale in Dublin, came on at $610. Right now its current price is $595. Now, that's not earth-shattering. I understand that. It's a $15,000 difference. It's only 2.5%. But what it does say is that we may be trending downwards. We're going to need a few more data points before we can be sure of that. But most of the pundits in the business, the people really, really in the know that all they do is statistics, like California Association of Realtors, have been predicting what you could call a correction on the 680 corridor, for example, which is something that we haven't seen in quite some time. So once again, if you're buyers and you're interested in that area for the killer schools or the safety of it or amenities, it could be your moment to make a jump. So pay attention to that. And once again, if you're a seller in those areas, it's not the best news. But then again, if you've owned the house for more than a few years, you're still doing okay. So a $15,000 drop, while it's not desirable, may not make or break the bank. So that's something to pay attention to. Keep your chin up. The real estate market is like so many other things, even the stock market, which is why it's compared to the stock market quite often. It breathes, it expands, it contracts, and it expands again. If you don't have to sell right now and you want every last dollar, maybe you want to hold off for a little while. But if you do want to sell, if your job is moving you, if you're retiring, if you're empty nesters and you just need a smaller place to live, then that may be a figure that's of interest to you. And remember, you get one opportunity to introduce your property to the market. After that, everybody who's seen it has seen it, who wants to see it, and it's not that big a deal anymore. The reason that I say this is overpricing is a very common mistake. A lot of real estate agents who know better will allow themselves to be bullied into putting a higher price on a property than it should be. In other words, they won't properly price the property. And what ends up happening to you as a seller is your property will end up muling for all the other properties around that are properly priced. You may have a great looking house, but if it's overpriced, you'll draw people into the area. They'll look at your house, they'll look at the price, they'll go around the corner, find the neighbor's house. Maybe it's not as stellar, but it's 20% or 15% less or 10% less, whatever it is. If it's properly priced, they're going to buy that house. And remember, the longer your house sits on the market, the less interest there's going to be. And inevitably, you're going to get a lower offer. So, properly pricing, really important. Select a really experienced, a really good real estate agent and listen to them. I can't tell you how many times people pay good money to realtors, but they don't listen to their advice. That's literally our job. Our job is to counsel, not to tell you what to do, but to tell you what the market looks like and to counsel you such that you have the best shot for maximizing your profit from your property. And after all, that's what you want. That's what we want. It's win-win-win all the way around. So listen to your real estate agent. Don't dig your heels in, because inevitably you're going to end up losing. I've seen it happen plenty of times. You may have the occasional guy that's got the house that's highly desirable and very unique, and the right buyer comes along and is willing to pay for it. But if you have a normal house, even if it's a great looking house and it's a tract home, perhaps it's in San Ramon, Dublin, Pleasanton, don't make that mistake. Don't overprice. Okay, that's about all the time we have today. Very soon I'm going to be bringing a mortgage broker, a guest, on board, and he's going to give us his take on the future of interest rates, the immediate future, which is what's important, especially to you buyers, but also to sellers. And he'll tell us what direction he figures the mortgage industry is going to be going within, say, the next 3 to 6 months. So if you're looking to sell or buy within the next 3 to 6 months, might be of interest to you. I'll give you plenty of warning when it's coming, and you'll have plenty of notice. All right, once again, all the time we have today. Thank you very much for your time. Michael Garza, Keller Williams Realty in Danville, 510-755-2828. Or you can reach me at 4newwalls@gmail.com. That's FOURNEWWALLS@gmail.com. Thanks again for watching. I look forward to seeing you on Monday.